Michelle Foster Earle here with OmniSure's tip for risk management through good documentation. You didn't get into healthcare because you like to fill out forms and write things down. I know. But let me tell you, this is critical. Complete and accurate documentation in the medical record is absolutely necessary for avoiding liability and defending the care provided. Not only is complete and accurate documentation the method we use to communicate a patient's healthcare history over time, it's also required to justify reimbursement or payment for services. I'm sure you've heard the old saying, if it's not documented in the medical record, it's not done. That may or may not be true, actually. Sometimes we do things that we don't give ourselves credit for, and that results in the misconception that the patient went without necessary care and treatment. Avoid misconceptions, avoid miscommunication from one provider or shift to another, and avoid breakdowns in care. Document the quality care that you give to your patients as evidence that you acted as required and provided what the doctor ordered. Would you like to discuss some basic do's and don'ts when it comes to documentation? All right, here goes. The following are 10 do's. 1. Check that you have the correct chart before you begin writing or typing, and make sure correct ID labels are on all the paper forms. 2. Write legibly on all the paper forms. 3. Record each phone call to or from a physician, including the exact time, message, and response. 4. Document as soon as possible after giving care. Don't wait until the end of the day to do your charting. 5. Chart a patient's refusal to allow a treatment or take a medication, and be sure to report this to the patient's physician. 6. Make sure your documentation reflects the nursing process and your professional capabilities. 7. If you remember an important point after you've completed your documentation, chart the information with a notation that it's a late entry or addendum. Include the date and time of the late entry. But be careful. If a negative event has occurred and it's followed by a late entry, this will put both you and your company under significant scrutiny. Never let negative emotions or defensive behaviors drive your documentation. Stick to the facts. Here's number 8. If information on a form, such as a flow sheet, doesn't apply to your patient, write NA, which stands for not applicable, in the space provided rather than leaving it blank. 9. Use only approved abbreviations and symbols. And 10. Check for correct spelling of medications. Now here are 10 don'ts to remember. 1. Don't document a symptom, such as complaining of pain, without also including what you did about it. 2. Never alter a patient's record. This is a criminal offense and nearly impossible to defend. If a record is found to be altered, it's almost always, well, case closed. Don't write vague descriptions, such as drainage on bed or a large amount. 4. Don't document your opinions. 5. Avoid using vague terms such as appears to be or apparently, which make it seem as though you're not sure what you're describing or doing. 6. Don't look to save time by documenting ahead of time. Something may happen and you may be unable to actually give the care that you've documented. The result is that you'll be charged with falsifying patient records, even if it's unintentional. 7. Don't use words associated with errors or ones that suggest the patient's safety was in danger in the medical record. Because investigations reveal so much more than what we can know immediately, save the possibility of an error or a mistake for those who are investigating and reporting on the incident. In other words, avoid phrases such as by mistake, accidentally, unintentionally, miscalculated, confusing. Avoid those in the medical record. Stick to the facts instead. 8. Don't add information at a later date without indicating that you did so. 9. Don't date the entry so that it appears to have been written at an earlier time. And 10. Never destroy records. I hope this reminder will help you to pay particular attention to documentation. By doing so, you'll ensure better care, and you'll protect yourself, your patients, and your company. Now that's good risk management.